everybody, and how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements from door wreaths, door swags, things for your home decor, things for the garden decor, things for your business, funeral tributes, weddings, and much, much more. Right, guys, I reached 1,000 or 1,003 when I got up this morning. I just wish to thank all of you guys. I couldn't have done it without you, for subscribing to my channel, taking your precious time out to sit and watch my videos, and hopefully that I've inspired you and given you some great ideas to make your very own beautiful floral arrangements. And I'm so touched. I really am, guys. Thank you for all your wonderful wishes. It's very kind of you. I was like dancing around the room last night and I just couldn't stop. I was like, oh, I was really going for it. Yes. So everybody wondered what was wrong with me. It's not that I'm not a jolly person, I am. And again, like I say, I couldn't have done it without you guys for, subscribing and, sharing to your friends, family, whomever. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. So it's nice of you to say I've reached it, but again, it's mainly to do with you guys for watching my videos. That's done it. So from me, a very big thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really am, truly grateful for your time, for your wonderful comments, for people who are supporting me with this, and constant responses to my videos. You all know who you are. You are fabulous people. Even if you don't respond, or leave a comment, but you've subscribed, thank you guys. You really do mean a lot to me. You are my international family and I love you all. God bless. Right. Oh, there's somebody's asked me, I think Gay Wilson, to do, they left a message. I've got written it down. If I could do a series of arrangements explaining the use of using the elements and the principles of design, and also the different shapes of arrangements, i.e., line, horizontals, asymmetric, things like that. And I will do it, my darling, I will. But at the moment, I'm just so excited. I just want to get a few things out of the way and then start writing a few notes. I've done something similar to this one of my other videos, but they do say that, it does say that it thinks I'd be a fantastic teacher. Oh, you sweetheart. Oh, that's so kind of you. And that I've helped someone in the States. I have helped a few people in the States, my darling. You are, again, great people over there. Wonderful people. So there is some principles of designs, and, there is elements of designs as well. So I'll go through them when I do some arrangements and teach how or what designs we are doing. But I'd like to get my notes written down. I'm one of those, if I'm going to teach something, I like to have my notes so I can do it in order. Because sometimes I don't want to sound like I'm waffling and I start on something then jump over to something else. I'd like to have a plan written out in order of how I'm going to explain and things like that. So, but there is a few principles of design, which are obviously the balance, the dominance, the emphasis, contrast, rhythm, proportion, scale, harmony, there are a few of the principles. The elements of designs are obviously your colour, your pattern, the form, which is the, you know, the shape and the structure of your floral composition, you know, the linear, round, triangular, crescent shape, things like that. Your line, your texture, which is obviously the quality of your materials, which could be fine, smooth, silky materials from your petals on your flowers or foliage, or you know, your leaves, or you could have a coarse, rough texture, you know, like what could I say, like bark on a tree. You know, that's your, you know, that certain other foliage types like that with the rough texture. And then you've got your size, your space, the light, you know, where it stands and how the light's hitting it, things like that. So again, there's quite a few things that I'd have to go through and write a few notes down, and then I may just do one video just on something small, but do an actual tutorial on that video and explaining, you know, because obviously there's different shapes of arrangements. So we may do an asymmetric shape, oh excuse me, an asymmetrical shape, which I will then explain things, you know, the principles and the designs of the elements and things like that while we're doing that. So, but I will get to that. Honestly, my darling, I will. I just want to get this week out of the way because I've got a busy week, so I can't fit it in this week. It will probably be some point in the next week or two. So I just wanted to inform that as well. So guys, you know, keep an eye out for that in the next couple of weeks. Right, I've got my quality control guy sat here. He's always licking, he's always cleaning himself. It's ever so soft. It's like silk, but it's oh, my little baby. But he don't need to keep cleaning himself. Right, today I'm going to do a candlestick, but I've attached, and I haven't put any wreath wrap in it or anything like that. I could cover it with moss, but I've attached it with cable ties through the framing and around under here, and it's held, it's not moving, it's stuck in position. This is a bird feeder. I've done one on this before where you put the balls, they are actual balls, suet balls in, and they go around and the birds feed around it. I've got the lid over there, but I've taken it off this time. I think the last time I did it was with the lid on. So I've taken the lid off, and we're going to do a floral arrangement. I've got some ribbon out. I was busy talking with a few people, you know, Susan and Janine and people like that concerning the ribbons, what we get over here, the choice, which isn't very good. But today we are going to do lilac and green. I bet you're thinking lilac and green. Well, lilac and green. So let me just have a little bit. Oh, I've sorted all my ribbon out, and I've had to bring some of it down on my new shelf. So now I've got plenty of room to fill all the rest of it up. I looked yesterday and thought, oh, I've got loads of room to buy loads more if I can find some. So let's go through what we've got. Again, I may not be using everything, but I've got some ivy that I want to use, maybe, you know, just for a bit of filler. And there's a variegated ivy in there, and then I've got some maple. Now this is, it's like a peach with a hint of very, very pale lilac in it, almost to the point where it looks pink because it's really pale. but we've got some of that as well. I've got some oriental ruscus, if I could get it apart. The stems aren't very long, these are small ones, and I've got those where I may like to bring some above or hang it down. Who knows? Oh, I'm so excited about yesterday. Oh my gosh, guys, I was running around the room. I've got some euphorbia. I like this. Again, I may not use it. It all depends on what it looks like with it. But we've got some of this out as well. Now I've got some pine here. I took Benji out for a walk this morning with my neighbour. We went into town where all the shops are, and I spotted a shop what had got things outside. Guys, this is so nice. It's a beautiful feel, and it's got like a purpley tint, if you can see it on the end. I think it looks purple, or if it may be like a brown, who knows. But I don't know, it depends on where the light hits it, but I loved it. As soon as I got it, I saw it, I had to get some. So I've got some of these pine needles as well. And of course, I've cut this down into 3 pieces because it was on like that. My birch, my purple birch with some of it got a hint of like a tanny or a greeny touch to it, but we've got that as well. And I've also got birch in green out that I've got out as well in case, and I've chopped this up as I'm going along. I thought, let's get some of it chopped. So we've got the green out also. Now I've also got out my flowering lotus leaves. I've got some oddments at the bottom that I cut off a main stem and didn't use, so we'll try and move and and use those at the bottom because the stems are really quite long. So we've got the oddments at the bottom. Now I've got, guys, I've got some baubles, orange, white and purple. Now I've got 4 of each. I've only got the small ones out. You call them Christmas ornaments or ornaments for, in the States. We call them baubles. I don't know why. I don't know, but I think it's because they're round like a ball. They call them baubles. But I've got them out in white and that. I may dot a few around. It's not a Christmas arrangement, but there's nothing saying you can't place in some baubles or ornaments at any time of the year. So we've got some of those. Don't sit on the flowers. And then I've also got out 2 white, 1 green as well in the pumpkins. So don't be fooled that these are a Christmas decoration. I'm just adding an interest, just to show you that you don't just have to, when place these in one season out of the year, which is Christmas. You can use these all year round. You can use them with, or the autumn season as well. And we'll show you what that looks like. I want you to understand you can mix things together. I've got 3 stems of berries. These are polystyrene berries, what I've just had a bit of spray on, but we've got those as well. We may incorporate those. Now for our floral, I've got some lilac roses. Aren't they pretty? A beautiful colour, very calming. I've got yoga tonight, so that's a lovely calming colour. And I have got these. These pretty? I've got larger ones. Aren't they pretty? They're not big, they're perfect size for the arrangement, and they go wonderful with shabby chic grey. Don't they look lovely? So we've got these chrysanthemums, or mums as we call them. So we've got those. And another one of my favourite flowers that I've got on my garden, but I've got it in like a deep reddy brown, cosmos. I love the movement, the airiness of cosmos. So I've got it in white. I've just taken 3. I mean, I don't know how many bunches I've got of these, but I just pulled 3 out, just lifted them up, and 3 came out. So I just placed these on my table. But yeah, these as well. So look how pretty they are. Aren't they beautiful? They look so, so realistic. Even with the pollen inside, look, in the centre. Is it in that one? Let's see one where you can see it. The pollen. Little red bits of pollen in it. Isn't that realistic? So that's what we've got today. So sorry for keeping you chatting. I just wanted to celebrate with you my good news with reaching 1,000. And we've got this for our ribbon. There's only one pattern, oops, which is the checkered one, or the play lilac. I've got a smaller one of those in lilac. I'm not sure whether I want to use that one or not, because that may be too big. And then I've got the ombre green. Oh, look how beautiful that is. And that I'd like at the front. But I'm only going to do perhaps 1 or 2 loops of each. So I may do, oh, it's done it again, look. One moment. Oh, that's rubbish. But I may do, again, 1 or 2 of it. So we'll see. So this is our candlestick. And what I want to do is get some foliage in first. So we'll bring it all here. Let's get things like that down there. And the flowers, let's sort, you know me guys, sort it out before we start. And again, I may not use it all. So first of all, I do want to place in, again, I'm not covering this because it will be covered, and I could place, if you wish guys, and you've got something like this, you know, a bird feeder, you could place moss on it. But it's a case of putting moss in. I mean, it's not it's hard to actually get the foam to reach the edge because you've only got that hole there, that gap, to place your foam in. And I didn't want to just put little pieces like a jigsaw puzzle, because it'd look like I've just shoved in little bits and bobs, and I tried not to do it like that. So, oh, my glue. What's happened to my glue gun? It's going hard. One moment, guys. Let me just... My glue pen, I must have switched it off. It started to go hard. No, you can't come on and stop showing your body to the world. Go on. I've made you a bed over there. Go and lie in it over there. Yeah. Let's just see. I can't believe that's gone hard. Started to set that it. Right. And I want to bring, oh, here we go. Oh, let me check the camera, guys. You know me. You know me. Go on then. Let's make sure. Oh, I wonder if I can bring it in a little bit closer. Let's have a look like that. Gosh, I've spent half an hour chatting. I mean, if you wish, you can bring one further up. Or bring, here he comes again. I've just let him out. And just, you know, alter these into a position that you'd like. If you feel that you want to cut them down because they're touching the bottom too much, you know, then do that. You could take them from the top, in fact, and bring them in like so. So let's do that. Oh, it's starting to melt now. But honestly, guys, really, thank you, you know, so much for all your support with the, you know, with my channel. Again, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be where I am. I think it's fabulous of you. Very sweet. That one's sticking up a bit too much for me. I could just have one down here. I'm just going to place these, you know, around. Could actually bring one over because it's in the middle. I've placed this. And do it like so. Again, I want some wispy bits. And this is, as we say, this is what we're forming our line, our linear. We are forming our structure. So the structure is basically the shape and the height and the width or the diameter of how far we want to go out, or how tall or how wide we want to go. This is our linear and our structure. And that is what I am doing at this moment in time. So I always say to start with, form your line. You need to form that line to be able to create the structure of what you're wanting to achieve. So by me placing these hanging out, I want these to come out. I want it to look slightly wispy as well. I don't want it too tall. I could have it, you know, as a symmetrical, which is basically where you've got, if you've got one here, you mirror imaging what you've done. If I've got one here, I'll put one in the same place here. If I've got one here, I'll put one in the same place here. Asymmetrical isn't like that. So at this moment, I mean, this is going to be, this structure is going to be a 360 degrees arrangement. So I'm having to form my linear, my line, all the way around. So let's get in. Again, I don't want it looking too much. You know, and I'm just going to be going around with things like this, sticking out, you know, just give a little bend to it to give it that natural feel. Oh, Benji's going away on holiday this weekend, guys, so I won't be taking him for a walk. And now I am creating my balance. And the balance is basically where it looks pleasing to the eye, and things don't look odd or misplaced. Things are equal. You know, you could have 4, so that balance, you could work in evens and that could be balanced. 3 also works and also balances things out as well. So I'm working in 3s, so odd numbers. So because I put 2 here, I want 1 here, and that's going to balance that. So I will turn that here, and I will just bend it over a little bit. So it's all balanced like so. So you've got the balance 1, 2, 3, the triangular position. If I wish, I could place the last little bit here in the center. So again, that is your central point. Oh, I don't know. Because it's just what I have left. Like so. I've got, oh look, it's sat on everything. I've got some more, guys. I will hang on to these in case I wish to place any more in. I've got, now I've got the green, and again I've got this which can go up here. Now you can cut this down again. I could go in between each of the purple or the lilac birch with the green, and that will balance then that out on the structure. Or again, I mean, this is your form, so as well, which, like I say, the form is your shape and the structure. Your linear is the height, the width, the circumference, things like that. So I am now balancing it out by placing some more birch, because I don't want to go too far down, because I like this. I want to try and keep that in view, but we are going to need to cover the bottom bit, which we would use probably something like that. Bigger the leaf, the bigger area it will cover. I mean, that one's quite big. Again, we'll do it in between these. So I've placed that in between the two lilac ones there. So now I want a third one in between these two. When it comes to colour, you are best getting a colour wheel chart for florists. They are so handy. I was taught with one many years ago. Oh gosh. So that, let's just lift that a little bit so it's not dragging too far down. So now we've placed in the green birch in between the bee lilac birch. Again, I will place a couple in the centre. I may have 3. So I've got, again, I don't want it too tall. I know I like big, but you know, again, there is different styles and customers don't always like big. So where you see this in the center, I'm going to do the triangle around it. So, and plus I am going to try and keep within and balance the size of my candlestick, because it's not very tall, with the arrangement. If I went really high with my arrangement, it would make the candlestick look odd. So I need to also keep within the size of that and take it into consideration. So again, I'm doing the triangular position around the center point. Like so. So I'm going to keep these aside as well. Oh, let me just have a drink of my coffee. I thought how Marley would go on lying in his bed on the floor. Not today. Well, let Mummy have it. Oh, it's so... It doesn't like you moving him. Go and lie on the floor. No. Just go and do something. So keep those there. And then we've got the same with our lotus, flowering lotus. I've got, again, oddments that I've cut. Again, if you don't understand, when I say oddments, it's not my scraps. I call scraps. It's things that I've got left that I cut down too much of and didn't need them all. 1, 2, 3. That can go in the center. So these are my twiggy things, guys, what I adore. And I'm gonna have these hanging over as well. I want it to look quite, you know, oh, I could cut that one. put it there, wrap that around there, make it look longer. I forgot what I was saying. Yes, I'm trying to make it into the look of where it's like, again, the cottagey look, where something in an English country we would see. I mean, you guys over here, and maybe a lot of you in America know what that looks like, because you've been to visit our country, or you've seen things to do with it. Who knows? But yeah, bit wild effect. See, that's another one I could do. So I've cut it a bit longer there, and what I'm doing is, because this is really thin wire, I'm wrapping that around to elongate it. So you wouldn't think that it's got anything on it. So I've got 3 ones I could place in the centre now. That's just got an extra long stem. So that's one placed in there. So I've placed that next to the purple or the lilac birch. So then I go to this lilac birch and I place one in there. So basically I am doing like a symmetrical arrangement, but also balancing it at the same time, that it doesn't look out of proportion. So I'm going to bring one down a little bit, have it hanging, gain twiggy effect, like so. And then I come to this side and I do the same where the lilac birch is. I place one next to that. I'll go there. Bring that down again, bring the flower so it's sticking out. So then you have it looking like that. Here, I mean, it doesn't do it justice, cameras and videos and things, but here it's looking really, really pretty, you know, with the airiness, the cottagey wild effect. So again, I've got 3. I've got a long one and 2 small. I could cut this one down to relatively around the same height, but I don't want everything to be the same. So I want to add in different heights, you know, with it giving it like a natural effect. So I'm going to go in between the green birch that I've placed with it. So I'm going to place that one there. Let's just wipe that glue off. I don't like too much glue. I don't mind occasionally if some seep out, but I can't get all of the glue, but I don't like it if there's a lot that's seeped out, because there's sometimes if you need a lot of room and it's dried. So I'm going to place this one now here where it's just sticking up. I can bend it, you know, a little bit like so there, and then now I'm going to place one in between these 2. And that is then placing that like so. Just bend the head a little bit just to give it a different movement from the others. And that's what you have. It's very airy, isn't it? I love airy things. So before we carry on, I'm wanting to get in my pumpkins. Now I want 3 in the centre. So I need to cut this long one. I'll cut it here, no, here to start with. Yeah. So I'm going to place this because, and this is a green and like a creamy colour. So this will go perfect with the colour choice that I've chosen for the arrangement. And I'm just sticking that upright so it's vertical. I'm not bending it or anything. Now these around, I'm going to bring as a cluster. I could do them there, I can do them here. So I'm going to just bring these a little bit lower, and I'm going to bring one, you know, they're going to be lower than each other because I don't want these to look too odd by being the same. So I'm going to have one like a step down there, and then on this side I'm going to come even further down, so it's going to be slightly smaller. So it's going to add a little bit extra dynamic to the arrangement. So, and it's only a tiny bit, you know, shorter, guys. It's not much. So like that. If you feel you want more to place in, then that's okay. But I don't want to place in more because I can place in things like that. I've got my baubles or my Christmas ornaments, as we know them, as you know them, to also go in. So I don't want too many round, you know, objects or elements. So as long as now I've got those in, I am happy. And again, I may not even place a bow on because it may be fine without a bow. You don't always have to have a bow. Even when, you know, I've been told I don't have to have fussy bows. Sometimes I don't even use bows. So now we're going to carry on, and I want to put in some of our pine needles. So I'm going to just cut those 3, 4. I'm going to cut them all off because I can pull some off and place some on picks, like that one, because then they've not got long enough stems. That one. So 1, 2, 3, 5. I've got 5 that I could place on picks. So 3, 4, 5. Oh, a lady was texting me after she congratulated me last night, saying she sat there doing, she'd been and got a garland with lamb's ear, and she was sat there placing picks on them, or she took on board what I said. Buy yourself garlands because you have a lot of things on, you know, things like greenery, foliage, flowers, or whatever you choose on garlands. Pull them off, place them on picks, and they will go further. It's so cost effective, and you will save on money, and you will get more on a garland than what you would if you had to pay for them on being on a stem. And the lady was doing it, bless her. So good on you. So we've got extra, again, even if I don't use these, then I've got oddments left. Again, this is what I call oddments, where I've pulled them off, but I may not use them. So the leftovers, I don't know. I'm just going to cut the bottom where this was on so it tidies that stem up. So I've cut it straight. As you can see, it's got that little prong here where that pine needle was on. I want to take that off, make it look neat, and chop it. And then if you want to just place all of them on single picks, because these have got 2 on, you could take them all off and place them all on single picks as well. So you've got some that go even further. So I want the double ones. I'm going to bend them slightly. So one's lower than the other. and I'm going to bring these in between, or you know, the purple birch, and bring them down as well. So we're going to go, if I do it here, come a little bit further down. So you've got it like so. I'm just bending it over before I place it in. And that, because that's, when you look at it, that's more, as we say, you know, to do with your texture. You know, the rough to the smooth, the coarse, you know, that's rough texture to what this is, which is smooth. So it's, you know, different textures in your arrangement, you know, also gives off that beautiful effect and contrast against the other things that you've got in. So I've got 1, 2, I've missed one. I could place 2 there, or here, 1 here. Again, lean it over slightly, like so, so it just droops over. Because obviously it's got to be higher than this underneath, because it's going downwards. So we're having it, you know, cascading down. And then we'll have, because there's 2 there, oh, my quality control gentleman's back. Then we've got 2 here, 1 here, 1 here. You see what I mean? It so likes to get really close up. So there's 1 here, 1 here. So I'm going to place single ones here and here to balance it out again. And I'm going to lean these over as well. Steady. Why is it you've been lying on floor? You've not moved. You've not been licking yourself. You come up here and you lick yourself to death. I've never known a cat just wash itself so much. It sat on my lap last night while I was answering all your wonderful messages, and I had to nudge him to stop himself from licking so much. I had to just go like this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that Mummy's way. So I could bring these on the second level down, because these are on the top circle where I have to place in my foam. So I've got these at the bottom, right at the top of the candlestick here. They're there, so I could place these ones in the center area. So I've got 4 of these, so we'll cut these as well. And we'll place these in. So we'll go in the mid section. Let's have a look here. In fact, let me just pull that out. I'm going to place that there. So I've got 1 there. Again, this is just making it balance. Like so. So now we've got those pine needles all balanced around and looking fabulous. So now I've got my euphorbia. Now I do the same with this as well, guys. I pull these off also. I save the greenery, I mean the foliage you can pull off as well. So let's pull them off. And again, I don't always do this. Sometimes I leave them on and use them as full. I did that for hanging baskets. I leave them on. And then I save that because then I can use this again for filler foliage. So what I do, because obviously I've just pulled it off, I place in a pick. And then I grab one of the leaves, place it through the bottom, like so. So it's got its own pick. And that's all I do. And it's, again, it saves on a lot of money. And by leaving some of the glue that's seeping out, if I show you. Right, I'm placing it on. It's got the glue on the end. And the glue seeped out, as you can see there. There's a blob of glue. I leave that seeping out because when I place on my leaf and push it right to the top, then that glue is holding on to my leaf, and then I know that my leaf will not fall off as well. So that's what I do as well on some things. Just so then I've got the leaves and everything all held together. So there's another 4. I've got this one, I could just put a pick on it. Now this hasn't got a leaf, so I'll just wipe it off and save it. So by placing, you can place these anywhere. I mean, I've got some more here. You could bring them down here. You could have them hanging as well, you know, to give that light colour at the bottom. Again, this is where we talk about the light and the darkness and the shade. Bring some lightness at the bottom to carry it from the top where I've got the white. We're bringing it down here. So you've got that light and that balance of your light all the way around. So that is what we will do with this. And again, just bend it over slightly. I don't want it being too long. And I will bring some up here, but I'm going to do the bottom first to show you. So where I've placed that one, go opposite to this side to balance it out and place that one in there as well. It doesn't matter if it's got something next to it here, like the birch or the pine needles. That is just forming your structure and bringing everything closer together, and basically allowing it to become like a marriage made in heaven, where it's all as one, and it starts to like show where you're covering your gaps, because it's filling in spaces. So that is that. As well. So we've got some more. Again. I always check to see how much I can get off. Because the world is an expensive place at this moment in time, guys. So whatever you can save. I am like a bargain hunter as well. It's not that I'm cheap. I just like to be able to, you know, show you how you can save on money, you know, on your expenses and your cost. Doesn't matter whether you're in the UK or if you're in the States, it applies, you know, to all the flowers you use in the States or Germany or Canada or Spain, other places. So now I've got 4 here. So what I'm going to do with these, where you see these, I'm not going to go above them. I'm going to go in between this one and the one here at the bottom. So it's going to go here. So I'm going to cut these down. So where you see that one there and there's one here, I'm going at the top and placing it central in between those two. So then that balances them out. And I'm going to do that all the way around. So then I've got that one and that one. So then this one will go up here and balances that. As you can see, it's starting to fill in gaps, and again here and here. So just look at where they are and place it in to balance it. Here. So you can see them at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're virtually opposite each other. And then the ones at the bottom are the same. I've gone in between those two on the top here. So I've formed the triangle shape. Turn it that way, use those two, and I've got one at the top here to form that triangle, and so on all the way around, so it's all balanced. Right, I don't need that. We don't need to overload it with those. I'm going to put those around the bottom. Before I carry on with these at the bottom, the ivy and that, I want to start placing a few of my florals. So I'm going to cut these. So 3. Now, do I have... I'll wait to see with those. 1, 2, 3. I may just have 3. And, no, I could have, and then have 3 at the bottom. Oh, just cut them, Iris. So we've got 6 small ones of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. I may use 5, I may use 6. I've got my berries as well. I want to place in the berries. Do I place them in at the top? I think at the top, because they're quite long, so I think they'd have to go to the bottom. So let's get these in as a triangular position. And bend it, and I'm going to place 1 here, and just bend them over. Are they a bit too long? Yeah, I think they're a bit too long, guys. So for that reason, I'm going to get some smaller ones. Let's get the dusky ones, I think, because I quite like the effect of those. These ones. Oh, one's fell out. So if you add those in, they are really, really a lovely effect. Because they're like an off-white. So we're going to go in and bring that like so. So now where you see the purple, we are going to bring one underneath. So let's see how I've got lots of these. I think I may have to take the band off. Gosh, I don't know how many times I've gone round. What? Not this time. So where the purple is, let's just take that prong off. And again, where the purple birch is, go under. I'm gonna, I think, bring some purple birch up above because it's only down below. And I need that colour of the purple birch above. So I'm just going to turn it around, and everywhere the purple birch is, we're going to bring it in. Incorporate these seed heads. So 1, 2, I've missed somewhere 3. I missed somewhere. 1, 2, 3. No, because they only have 3. Oh gosh. So let's get some of this up here. Bring that there. So again, I'm going to go in between with these. 2, 3. do the same again here, so in between the purple, again balancing it. There. So where's the purple birch? Let's just get some of that up above. One, again just 3, 2, 3, because we've got it up about the bottom, and now I want to bring it in at the top. So in between those purple ones again, we're going to place another purple one for the triangular position. So you've got one here, one here. So I'm going to bring this here. I'm going to bring it down a little bit so you can still see. And then I'm going to turn it. So now in between this one and this one, I want one here to form that triangle position again on this side. Again, I'm pushing it right in because I don't want them too high. So then I'll turn it, and then this one, and then this, I can't see it, this one, I bring one up here and do the same thing, form the triangular position. So let it just, so then I've balanced it by using purple or lilac at the top as well. I can place that on in the center. So like so. Right, I don't need those now. Now our floral. So I've got 6 of these. Now I can do the same thing with 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom. So we can go, let me just move that, in between the pine needles. I had to think then what there was at the bottom, and bring down there. What I've got to take in consideration, I have the roses, so I could bring those down as well. And then I've also got to take into consideration that we've got our ornaments or our baubles, and also our wonderful cosmos, to add white to bring it alive for the light, where I talk about the shade, you know, the colour, the light, the darkness, you know, for one of the elements, the light, also by adding in things like this to bring it alive. So I'm going to add in these. So I'm going to go like so. One there. I'm going to use the smaller ones at the top. And then I'm going to go one here. Again, I'm forming the triangle. And then I'm going to bring the other one. Just take that glue stick. So as you can see, you've got the triangle with your mums, or chrysanthemums, as some people call them. I just call them mums for short. I guess a lot of you do. So then where we've placed those, again, as you've probably gathered, we are going to go in between to form the upside down triangle. Because if I placed it like that, it'd be the triangle, that would be the point of the triangle. But by placing it downwards, the point of the triangle is at the bottom. But it's still the shape of a triangle, but just upside down. So let's go around and place. I'm going up at an angle, guys. By going up at a diagonal position, so instead of just sticking them in and then bending them, I'm placing them up at an angle, a diagonal angle, because then it will sit naturally down like that as, without any, you know, tweaking or anything like that. It will just look like it's hanging, to give that illusion of it's just hanging, without again having to tweak the stem or anything like that. So I go here and I do exactly the same, where I just get it. I just want to move that while I show you. And then I just go up. Again, I'm not at all bending the flower head or anything. It's just as it is in my hand. I could put that up a little bit more, like so. And then do that with this one. If you wish, you feel that you'd like to bend it slightly, then you can. There's nothing stating that you can't. You know, everybody's got their own choice of how they like things to look. I'm just giving you, a little idea of how it could be if you wanted it to do it like so. So now you can see it's getting fuller at the top as well as the bottom. So I want to bring in our roses. So let me just get that. What I'm going to do is bring, where you see this one here, I want to bring that below it. So it looks like it's part of that. I could have these hanging as well, so I may get another few and have them hanging down as well. But I need some up above. So first of all, let's put 3. If I place it, let's have a look, in between those two, so it'll be around here. So you'll have it around there. It's touching the foliage, but that's the foliage. So we'll bring another one. What have I done it on? One, two, one, here. I have to think then. I went all wappy then. And then bring that like so. I think with these, I may extend them because I want them to be seen, if I'm being quite honest, at the top. I don't want them hidden. That one's okay for now. So 1, 2, 3. So I've got 3 at the top in between these chrysanthemums, as you can see. So now I've got one there, and in between the bottom chrysanthemums, I need to bring in one in between the bottom. So then you can see we have formed our triangle with the roses. Always bear in mind the triangle. If, you know, obviously if you was doing something totally different, then that's fine. But on this occasion, we are balancing it with the triangular positioning to give it that balance. So just look where your 2 roses are and then place it in like so. So you've got your triangle there, and then do that again as you go around. Then it'll be that one and that one, so then it belongs around here. Like so. And then just that one and that one. Got that one there. That one and that one, so it's around here. So you've got it then, and it becomes like so. Starts to get, like you see, prettier. I'm not going any further down because I want to see this the stand of it. So now I'm going to bring in some depth. I like to have depth because depth, obviously, it's a natural thing. You see things what are growing at a slower rate to other things, so they're still nearer to what we say the ground level. So you have that. I could bring some also out here. I've got the choice of them. I'm going to put my cosmos in last, but I've got a choice as well because I've got some ivy that I'd like to place in. Again, variegated ivy for also different, you know, texture. This is a velvety touch, so it's different texture and to the rest of it. You know, to the, like, these are softer. They're not, you know, really softer touch. They're not hoarse or coarse texture. These are super soft velvety texture. I don't know where I even got those. So I'm going to do the pink or the creamy peachy colour. I'm going to call it peach. Oh, I don't know. Peachy lilac. Who knows? Oh, the darker shades look like a grey purple, grey lilacs. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Ignore me. But they're beautiful. So we're going to bring these in again for our depth. I want to bring some in here like that. So we're going to go around. And add it like that for our depth. So I'm going to go just to bring it out, give it that lovely light colour at the bottom again. One, two, three. Oh. One more around the bottom. So that's what you have around the bottom. I've got 2 pieces left that I'm going to bring up above. Again, I want it to be up above. I want to bring what's down below also up above as a bit of depth and also light. So it's like that. So that is those done. We may end up getting some more foliage if we haven't got enough. Oh, I can see all sorts. Oh, I forgot I've got those. I've got all sorts, guys. So let's cut some. I've got different sizes here. I've got some with larger leaves and some, you know, smaller leaves. Let's just see what we do now with these. Now I'm going to bring some of these around the mid-range, around here. Whether it's and I'm just going to I'm just going around. Yeah, we're going to have some more foliage and things. See, it's filling it up. It's making it look, you know, quite pretty. One there. I've missed one. It's giving it that fullness. It's a calming colour. Again, I always find that pastels are very calming. Right, let's go above. Just check as I go along the bottom first before right, the top. So now I'm going around the central point here, around the pumpkins on the top. Again, just attaching or placing some in as a bit of depth. One there. So like so, I just want to, I may put that one on a bigger pick as well. So then now we have our cosmos. And I'm going to, let's see, cut that piece. That. So I'll keep that aside a moment because I may not need all that. So where's the ones with the doubles? Or... one. Now I want to bring some of this down here. Again, it's white. There's, you know, I want to incorporate it. I think I may cut these down a little bit more, chop them into more bits. And have some on single, so we can have them all scattered around. So I think I'm going to, you know, cut these down. I'm saving this as well. I'm going to just place that in for a bit of foliage, extra foliage. Let me just tidy up that stem. Make it look like nobody's touched it. That's all right. Right, so I've chopped those down. Let me just put those two little pieces in. We'll place those around the bottom again. Waste not, want not. At the bottom there. I could get lamb's ear as well. You could place lamb's ear in it with this. That would be a nice thing to have in it. You know, soft, another extra soft velvety texture added to your arrangement. And as you can see now, the structure, it is a sphere, it's round. That's the structure we've decided to, you know, incorporate. I'm going to go to the top first. And just have it like so, look. Don't they look pretty? Molly, don't look too pleased. And again, this is having the light on the top, where I talk about shade, you know, the light. This is the shade. You're balancing it around. I'm going to have 4 at the top. And I've just placed these in, you know, 4. Like so. and I've got 4 pink. Again, don't need to come down here in between that one and that one. We need to bring it down here for the triangular position again, to where we are balancing. Just let that go in a just going to go around. Oh, I'll bend my finger then. And then one more. That's that, so that's here. Right, I can still see gaps. Obviously we've got, I don't want to put any more of those in. We've got our baubles, but I think we're going to need some more foliage, because I can still see quite a few gaps. Let me just straighten that. Oh my goodness. This oriental ruscus, it's got its own mind, guys. It always has. Right, so let's just have a look. And what I'm going to do with these baubles, I'm just going to obviously do the 4 purple first, and then, I mean, I didn't choose the sizes, or I just picked what I saw with purple. I've got 3 smaller ones here. Some are matte, one's a gloss, and then I've got a bigger one, slightly bigger, which is, you know, like a glittery one. I just saw white and in the great big box of Christmas ornaments or baubles that I have, and just grabbed 4 of each in those colours. I didn't want the bigger ones, I wanted the smaller ones because of the size of the stand from the candlestick. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go purple, white, purple, white. So 2 purple at the top, 2 white at the top, and then same at the bottom. 2 white, 2 purple. So that's what we're going to do with that. Let me just look for some more foliage. I've just been looking at, while I've been sat there. Oh my good gracious, oh my good gracious, it's all coming out. Well, get back here. I don't want those. just been, oh, my chair. What about those? No, I'm not going to change my mind. I've just been looking at the Fortunia. It's white. It's got white veins in, and that would look lovely with it. I've got two sorts. This one is more of a... Now, is that the watermelon one? I think that's the watermelon one. But when I bought it, it said Fortunia. And when it came, I said that's not Fortunia. It doesn't... That's Fortunia, what I know. But I suppose it's where I got it from. I got this one, this really nice one from Dunhelm. This one's got seeds on. The quality of the leaves isn't as good as the one on Dunhelm. So, and then I've got that. I could swear that's like the watermelon. That can't be Fortunia. So, but anyway, I'm going to use the Dunhelm one. And that's what I'd like to use to do the filling in. And plus I have, as you all know guys, I keep a little bag under here full of little scraps what are left over that I also, you know, use for filling in and things like that. That's just, that bag is purposely for filling in. So we're going to do purple, white, purple. Let's see, that's a matte, so we're going to have a gloss white, and then that's another set, so they can go on the bottom and these can go on the top. So I'm going to start around here, just under the top. I don't want it, you know, too close to the pumpkins. So we're going to go just above the mid-range. So just adding that. So purple. Excuse me. So I've placed that, if it's here, as you'd look at it, 12 o'clock. Here I place 9 o'clock. And then I place, oops, let's just see that it's opposite, yeah, around 6 o'clock, and then there's the one 3 o'clock. So I do it like that on the top row. Like so. So then I get the other 4. And where if it stays still, I've got a purple there. So I will bring white down here first. I'll start with a white where I started with purple first. So I'm going in between the two, the purple and the white here. Again, so I'm forming that triangle. So I'm bringing it down. So we've got the white, so now we go the purple. So there's that one, and that one. So I just go in there, and then that will be positioned there. And that will, again, I'm going up at an angle, so it's hanging downwards. So that is your purple. So again, then the white. So I turn my candlestick around, and where I have this one and this one, I will go in the centre and I will place in the white. And then last of all, this one and this one, just basically get your ball, come down, and it goes there. So you've got your triangle. And then I'm going up at an angle, so it's hanging down. Like so. Now, as I was going round, I can see lots of room there where it's got some space. So again, grab your, let me see if I've got anything as well. Your bigger leaves, because it's your bigger leaves that is going to cover the majority of it, or most of it. So let's see what they're like. I actually quite like those. They look like the watermelon to me. Let's get those in instead. So let's see. Molly doesn't like it when you touch it. Right. So, because they are push-ups, they tend to sit like that, like so. I twist it so it fans it out like that, and that will cover more space. So let's go under first here. Right, that's covered that one, just like that. Again, fan it out so it's wider and it will cover majority of your space. I've got one here. And then it starts to look lovely and filled in and looks complete. I think I should have cut these shorter. Do the same, and then just keep moving it around. So I finished there. I can see a gap here, so just keep going around, and I'm pushing them deep in. I don't want them sitting on top as much. I don't mind the odd bit. I keep falling, but I want all the colour and everything to be on show, so I want to use them as depth. And again, I'm just going around where I can see. Let me just fan it out. There we have it. And just take it slowly around to where you see these gaps. Fill it in. And again, if you can add, some smaller pieces of filler foliage just to add that extra texture, and also to give it some other contrast with the other foliage, and to make it look really, really pretty. Sometimes, even though I don't need much once I place these in, I do sometimes just still add smaller pieces of filler foliage just to add a little bit extra of texture in to the arrangement. So we're now coming to near the end of this midsection, because that's where I am. And adding So that is around there. I think I can see one just there that I've slightly missed. So now I've done that around the midsection, I can see under, as you can see. Now you can do exactly the same there by placing these around the bottom. So let's get the ones with the seeds on. Now these are not push-ups. No, they're not. So if that's the case, let me place this in somewhere where I may think it's needed. Now, just looking. I'll place it here. Like so. So then I'll get probably something different. So I may now choose to go with either our salam, the same sort of shaped leaf I'm looking at as well. You know, I'm not looking at anything different because it covers what I'm wanting it to cover. Or if you wish, you feel that you want something. Let's have a look. If you feel that you want something, you know, like these. Ooh, if I can get these out. They've got white on. They're very veiny. Just place like that. So we may do that, the bigger leaf, and then we won't need to really pay any, put lots in. We could just add the odd filler foliage. These come small like this, so it's an advantage really. So I'll place that like that, and I would go all the way around with it. So it's got a bottom to it, for looks like then that these are leaning on, the flowers are leaning on, you know, something. I have to keep lifting it up, guys. Just so I can see. But placing them, you know, and balancing them out. I'm not just putting anywhere. I am balanced, you know, placing them in so they look balanced. And I'm just going all the way around the bottom. One more. Just, oh my good gracious me. I mean, and you can lift them up, you know, push them up a little bit by just pressing them up. You know, just so it doesn't look like they're dragging downwards. Again, because we do want to see that stand. And if you still feel that, let's have a look. See, we've virtually covered it underneath. So if you still feel that you want that odd little bit hanging in, just to cover those little bits that are on show, which I probably would end up doing because I don't like things on show, then I'd get my oddments and I'd stick a few of these in my filler foliage. I'd turn it upside down and place something like that in. If I just show you, just placing something to go around the bottom as well. Again, I'm very particular. I like attention to detail. I like to fulfill, you know, cover what I'm doing. I don't like it to be not, you know, looking unfinished. And this is just, sorry if you can't see, guys, it's just an awkward position. I think we want maybe one more. It's tangled up. Come on now. Two. Let's just have a look. There's one there. So that's just like filling in that bit at the bottom as well. So then that is done. So I'm dropping my oddments. So that has now been, you know, completed properly, filled in, and looks, you know, like a proper job. I'm not going to do a bow. I don't need a bow at all. It's going to stay as it is. It's not needed. And I think, you know, that is a lovely arrangement, lovely colours. I'm going to pull that bit off because that's bugging me. And so is that one. And I think somebody would be, you know, really great, you know, feel great to have something like this. So it's all balanced. It's all been placed in, you know, strategically, and everything's as it should. So we've now got, you know, our wonderful, wonderful pumpkins, our beautiful colour choice of lilacs and green with the white. Nothing more, just different textures, different you know, a contrast. The form of it obviously is our structure, which is a sphere, a circular shape. That's the form of it. It's around 360 degrees arrangement, where it can now sit proudly on a dining room table, on a cabinet, in your window, on a coffee table, in your bedroom, on your bedside cabinet, on a stand in your hallway as you walk in, or at the top of the stairs on a little table or stand where it would sit beautiful, and it could stay like that all throughout and look stunning. So if you feel that you can do this, guys, which I know you can, I don't want no excuses, and I know you can do it, guys. Give it a go. Give it a go. I'm going to place these in. Have fun. Let's just stick them in. Have fun while you're doing it, because it's a wonderful thing to do. I enjoy doing it, and I like doing different things. I don't like sticking to the same thing all the time. I like different challenges, and I think that's why I've always, in flower arrangement, I've not stuck to one type of arrangement. It's like some people will just do wreaths and swags. Now, as much as I love doing, I do love doing wreaths and swags, but I think after a certain length of time that'd get on my nerves, I think, because I'm not being challenged. You could be challenged by doing, you know, different designs. Don't get me wrong, there's people out there who do wonderful, numerous different designs, but I like to stimulate my mind. I like a challenge. I like to do things like the candlesticks. Hi, hubby.
Hello.
You're right.
Right.
Good. The candlesticks, I like to do obviously swags, wreaths, as you can see here. I've got like the dog planter, like the rolling pin, lanterns, funerals. I've got weighing scales over there. I've got a Buddha's head over there that I've arranged an arrangement on top, like it's a crown, you know. And this on a, like I say, on a candlestick. The harp that my dear friend's husband made for me. Things like that. I have to be challenged. I have to do it, because then if anybody ever came to, and it's not because if anybody came to me and asked me for something different, I need to know. It's a case of I want to know. More to the point, I want to challenge myself, like you guys will. I'm sure you will love to be challenging yourself to be able to create not just one type of thing. Like there's some flower shops that do real flowers. They just do bouquets, funerals and weddings. That's it. There's some flower shops that will just do bouquets. They won't even do weddings. They won't do funerals or anything like that. It's just bouquets. Now, I worked when I did real flowers by making just bouquets. Guys, after a few months, I got bored. I really did get bored, because it became monotonous. You was just doing the same thing day in, day out for 8 hours a day, 5 or 6 days a week, and it became boring. You know, there's only so much you can do with bouquets, so I need a challenge. And that's one of the other reasons I went into, I studied funerals, weddings, home decor arrangements, garden arrangements like the hanging baskets, plant pot arrangements, anything like that, guys. And now I will go into a charity shop and I will spot something, even a picture frame like you've seen. I will spot something. I can do something with that. I can attach a bit of floral foam, some dried foam to it, and I can make something beautiful with that. And that's now how I look at things. I've just told my neighbour this morning, taking Benji, that we need to go to the auction. There's a place just not far where we live, and it's got antiques, and we need to go in there. And it's a proper antique shop where they do auctions and things. We need to go in there and have a look at some weird, old, rusty things that I can make an arrangement with. And that's what I do now. I tend to look for quirky things, more to the point. And I think that you guys you'd be doing the same. Hence the reason I like to learn different things. It gives me a wonderful challenge. So then if anybody looks at my portfolio, they'll see all the different things that I've accomplished, and which I'm proud of. I mean, don't get me wrong. It didn't happen overnight, guys. It really didn't. Some things I wasn't even taught in. I self-taught myself. You know, I mean, say like the rolling pin. I wasn't even taught in university when I was younger how to make an arrangement out of a rolling pin. I saw it, bought it, made it. So I self-taught myself to do arrangement in a rolling pin. Things like that. And the weighing scales, I self-taught myself to do an arrangement on old weighing scales that I have. Things like that, which I know you guys can. So if you've got anything old hanging about or quirky that you don't want anymore, you're thinking of putting it in the, you know, trash or rubbish bin or to the skip, or throw it away anywhere, don't. If you can make an arrangement out of it, guys, do it. Really, guys, do it. It'll be different. It'll be unique. It'll be a one-off. Who else is going to copy you? Because they won't have what you've got. That's how I love it. So, I hope you enjoyed today's, he didn't, he's asleep, today's lesson and tutorial. I'm really, you know, enjoyed it. I love the colours. This will, I don't know where I'm going to put this. I'm running out of space. I know, where's that other one? There's one what's going, guys. Oh, the purple one, that's going. Somebody emailed me about that. And which one is it? I can't remember. I'll have to look. I can't remember if it's that one or the one we did yesterday, which is going in the Halloween. I think it's this one behind me. That's going. This is going. This is spoken for. I took a picture, shown my friend who's got the sausage dog. She's away on holiday. I've got to save it till she gets back. She's having that. So things like this, I really need to move and get boxed up. So if you enjoyed that, guys, you know, please subscribe, share and like. Now I've reached the 1,000. I can applaud myself, and thank you to all of you guys who have got me there. You are wonderful, wonderful people, and I am truly, truly honoured to have you as my worldwide family. And I love you all. God bless. So give it a go. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. I've got yoga tonight. The choir's broke up now because in England, in the UK, they have what we call summer holidays, where the kids don't go to school for 6 weeks, and which some family members are pulling the hair out by then. But the school's closed for 6 weeks. So the choir, we practice in a school, so we can't practice in the school. So we've got to have 6 weeks off. So I won't be doing any choir on Thursdays for 6 weeks now. So never mind, I'll just have to sing to myself. So have a great day, guys. And again, thank you. And I love you all. Bye for now. Bye. Oh, it's gone over 2 hours again, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm a naughty girl. Look at him. Right, there is, I'm sure that's watermelon. There is our thistle, look. It's lovely. Or pine needle, should I say, not thistle. There's our, what did I call it? That's Eunonymous. Is it Eunonymous? Oh, I forgot now. And our beautiful cosmos. Look at the little red bits, look, where the pollen is. How realistic, and it's furry in the centre. And there's our oriental ruscus, our ivy. There's our pumpkins with the, can you see the colour, look? Does it look like it's got a shade? It looks a bit tanny on here, like a tan colour. But the darker colours of the maple look in natural light, slightly like a lilac. There is our lotus flower leaf. Again, our mums, our seed heads, and our beautiful little roses. And obviously our baubles or ornaments. I don't know if I turn it. Oh, and our birch in the green and also in the purple. Oh, look, he's woke up. Hello, Marley. And yeah, so that's what we've done today, guys. So I hope you give it a go. And again, that will sit lovely. Oh, look, look at all the room I've given myself to buy more ribbons. I've got 4 shelves full. So now I've moved them. I've got more ribbons to place. Some at the top, near the end, and some in the centre on the second shelf. I've done it where I've got ribbon, what you curling ribbon along the top. Then there's some beads. Then there's poly ribbon. Then there's some tulle ribbon. Then there's a couple of, I need to get more of those, Valentine's Day ribbon and Easter ribbon. That's why I've left the space at the top. And then I've gone down to this end. Then I've gone and done, fall, then ribbon, then Halloween. I've left space for some more Halloween. And then all from there where the red is to the bottom is all Christmas ribbon, which I need more of. And then I've gone from here where the purple is, and I've got all different purples. I need more because we don't get a lot of choice here. And where the yellow, you know, oh, obviously the red there, look, that's just normal. I've gone in the rainbow colour where it's red and yellow, but then I missed and I placed in white and and grey. So ignore that bit. Just skip that bit. Then it goes red and yellow, skip, pink and green. So there, I've kept myself where I've got room to place above the greens and along a bit further. Then purples, I've left gaps, orange and blue, then brown and then black. So that's all the ribbon, and then I've left underneath there that I've got, which I need more. I know there looks a lot there, but I still need more, guys. And I've placed my deco mesh away in, you know, tucked it tightly away because I don't use it a lot, so there's no use keeping it out. And yeah, so I still need some more ribbons, guys. So we'll see. Well, I know I'll buy some. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. I think I need to start sorting all my flowers out as well again. Some are falling out of the buckets, look, like the pink eucalyptus and the green and the black willow. I need to be pushing them all back in. So I'm getting a bit chock-a-block. And then here as well, all my thingies. All here, different flowers. So yes, I've got to really get into it and sort it. But I can't be bothered. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful evening as well. Take care of yourselves, and thank you again sincerely for all following my channel, and I hope you've had a good time watching my videos. So I'll see you tomorrow. Me and Mr. Quality Control Man say bye for now, don't we, Marley? Say bye. Oh gosh. Oh, there. Say bye. Oh. Right, we'll see you later, guys. All the best, and enjoy your day. Bye.